everybody, Pen here, coming to you live from New Jersey. I don't have my tripod on me here, so right, I'm in New Jersey. Comment below where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. If you're watching it live, say hi. Don't be shy. All right, I'm going to share 5 top reasons why I love the travel industry. I came up with probably 20 plus, and I'm not going to say everything on this live. I'll be sharing them with like infographics throughout the month, maybe do short reels just to share the rest. So follow me if you want the rest of the reasons why, and there are some of the reasons you probably want to think about being a travel agent, travel industry. Not, well, this is an extra one. Travel is the sexiest industry. It is now. A couple of years ago, it was $8 trillion industry, and now it's $11 trillion industry. It's gonna expect to grow to a lot more. I don't have the exact numbers on me right now. So yeah, that's also when it comes to people working their 9 to 5. What do people search the most on the internet? Travel, where they want to go during their vacation. And one of the number one reason is the time freedom. I get to work my business whenever I want. And basically, speaking of whenever I want, I have 3 kids now. A 6-month-old as of next week. So next week, my baby will be 6-month-old. And then I have a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. And my third baby, the last baby, for the first 3 months, she refused to sleep at night. Nothing would wake this girl up during the day. So she would sleep all day long and wake up and stay up all night. And my husband works overnight, so I have to take care of 3 kids during the nighttime. Thank goodness my 2 older kids, they sleep through everything. So it didn't bother them. And so if I were to go back to work after 6 weeks of my maternity leave, then I wouldn't be able to function because I would get like no sleep because I'll be working during the day and then come home, take care of the baby at night and everything, babies. But with this business, I can really just work whenever I want. Well, my kids are pretty independent. I homeschool them, but they can pretty much take care of themselves in terms of the homeschooling stuff. I will just give them whatever they need to do, and my older one can help the middle child. So it's been working really well. And the fact that I can literally be cooking dinner and be doing my business while I'm in the kitchen, right? Just some spare time. Or if I'm driving to places with the kids, then we can all listen to personal development stuff. So everybody's learning. And so that's one of the reasons. Another one is the financial freedom. I have no cap on how much I can earn. With a job as a retired occupational therapist, each year I get like 3% raise, but with this business I can get 10% raise and at a time. Not to mention, since it's the travel industry, I can get it was just announced yesterday, we get paid weekly now from one of the businesses. There's actually 2 travel businesses or 2 sides of the business. If you want to know more about it, then drop the word travel and I can send you information about it. So in this case, we get up to 10 to 14 paychecks a month. And imagine what that could do for you. I kind of posted that question. Maybe you have been thinking about it if you saw what I posted regarding this. Whether you're working right now or you're staying at home, wouldn't that be great to have extra, even 1 paycheck a month, right? Not to mention 10 to 14 extra paychecks a month. And whether you could use that to pay bills, to pay mortgage, to pay, whatever you to pay, or buy things that you want to buy, or even travel specifically, right? So you can either use that money that you earn extra to put it back into investing whatever you want to invest, or just for enjoyment, or just do whatever you want with that extra money. And the financial freedom, there's no cap. Like for example, if you choose to book like a family vacation that earn a few $100s, that's your choice. Or you can choose to specialize in like destination wedding, which is going to be like a 5-6 figure per paycheck, like one time by doing a destination wedding. That's another example, which is quite popular now on demand in terms of booking those things, and corporate travel, not to mention. And so yes, travel agents are still around, and especially now with the remote opportunity, instead of being at an office to book trips for other people. The third one is getting paid to travel and to help others. Some people, they are just really busy. They don't have the time to book their own travels, and they want the best experience. So they work with us, travel agents, to help them plan their trips and to get the expertise, information and things like that, recommendations. So that's another thing, is getting paid to do that. Is It's a luxury, right? Like, we don't. Did you know that every single trip that you book, the commission is built in? So if you go to Expedia, for example, then Expedia is gonna get the commissions for you booking there. But if you book with a travel agent, then you're helping the travel agent out who's providing the service. Or if you're self booking it through the travel agent site with Expedia, then you're gonna get paid for that. And then the fourth one is the learning the world from, not just in like a classroom setting, or especially for kids. I mean, speaking of learning in terms of the experience of whether you're learning about geography or learning about something, right, in school for kids, then instead of actually learning it in a classroom and looking at pictures or videos, you can actually go experience those things. It makes a huge difference for developmental reasons, mental health reasons, even physical health. You get to move around and really have amazing memories with the family, and just you really learn best when you actually just go out there and experience all these things. So the last one is with family. Yes, that's another thing. I can be with my family and never miss a moment. I remember my first child, like after I had my first child, I'm like, oh my gosh. At that point, I realized that I really didn't want to go back to work. It's because the time that I'm spending at work, I'm not seeing my child. And because I choose to homeschool now, I get to be with them, right? But even if they were to go to school, I still can choose to basically have more time with them, because by the time they get off school, if I were still at work, I would still be at work. I wouldn't be able to pick them up and things like that. And especially developmental ages, right? Like the kids' first words, their first steps, all these different things I'm not missing out. And another thing is, I personally like the freedom of not having to listen to somebody in terms of when to work. I'm a multi-passionate creative, and if you're multi-passionate creative, drop a multi-passionate creative, the word. So what ended up happening is, while I'm at work, as much as I loved my occupational therapy job, I was limited to how many students, how many people I can help per school year. And by doing this business remotely, I can literally just go to different parts of the world and help kids with my skills, with my occupational therapy skills, and even with some nursing background, yoga, meditation, teaching background. So all these different things that I can really just help other people, instead of only help, I would say, about 14 to 17 students per school year. And that way, as I was saying, kind of got sidetracked a little bit. As I was saying regarding multi-passionate creative, is that as I'm at work, I'm still thinking about all the things that I want to do, and I can't really do them at work, obviously, right? So I would have to come home and do those things. But now, I can just really expand my learning in terms of with all the different things that I like to do, and work my business, make money, and get my kids involved in all these different things. So I grew up in China, so I speak Chinese, and now, at first my daughter didn't really want to learn Chinese, and now she's really into it with what is that? Duolingo, can't even say it right. But anyway, she's using that to learn Chinese. Now she's really excited, and I get to teach her how to play the piano. I grew up playing the piano, so now I get to take her to kickboxing class. She just started, so she's at a yellow belt now. So all these different things that I can do without having to basically be with time constraint, and in terms of when I can do those things with my kids. It has to be after work, or it has to be during my vacation time, right? So I have the flexibility to do that. And Yeah, so there's just only 5 reasons. And not I haven't even started with the other 20 plus. So I'll be dropping those throughout the month. And if you're interested in learning about the travel opportunity, if you're still sticking around, we do have an opportunity call on Thursday at 8 p.m. And we're doing a giveaway if you're interested in checking it out, what the whole, the whole business is about. And I have to do another live regarding why I picked this particular agency. I have like a million reasons why I picked this agency versus other ones. Obviously, I'm not going to name names why I wouldn't pick the other ones, but I can give you all the reasons why I'm picking this one. All right, that is all for today. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll drop the replay link in the comments so you can catch the replay along with my other replays and the previous interviews that I've done with some health and wellness people. And speaking of health and wellness practitioners, people in the industry, what I like about travel is that I can really, like I said, combine my health and wellness, especially which is I'm quite passionate about still, to combine all those things to do retreats and to help others do retreats. So it's really combining whatever passion you have, right? Whether it's in real or whatever your profession is right now, whether it's in real estate or teaching or all these things, you can all combine with travel. It's like the easiest thing to combine travel with all these different things because people do conferences, right? Even if you're with another company doing business that's not travel, then people travel for conventions, people travel for events, people just travel for enjoyment, and even sometimes, solo travel to have time alone, retreats, all these different things for purpose for traveling. Might as well get paid to do that, right? Excuse me. All right. My goodness. That is all for today. Thank you for watching and have a great day.